Hello everyone, today we're going to visit the Oregon Trail in Boise, Idaho. Please subscribe, like, and comment, and we'll see you in a second. The Oregon Trail is well known as the first highway from the middle of the continent to the Pacific Northwest. During a 20-year period in the middle of the 19th century, approximately 400,000 people traveled all or part of the 2,170-mile journey from Missouri to Oregon, representing about 2% of the population of the United States at the time. The trail passed through Ada County, including directly through what is now the city of Boise. Through the years, various people have made efforts to preserve the legacy of the Oregon Trail. Many of these efforts are easily accessible to present-day residents. Concern for the safety of western-bound immigrants became more immediate when news of the other party's disastrous confrontation with hostile Indians on September 9th and 10th, 1860 reached western settlements. Colonel George Wright, commander of the U.S. Army's District of Oregon, responded by formally recommending the establishment of a military post near the former Hudson Bay Company, Fort Boise. Before the Army could react to the proposal, the United States became embroiled in a civil war and the construction of a fort was temporarily delayed. The discovery of gold during the summer of 1862 in the Boise Basin and the Owenhees changed the situation. The new commander of the District of Oregon, General Benjamin Alvord, reported on October 14, 1862, that the need for a military post to protect both white and native peoples had increased tenfold since 1860. The governor of Washington, whose territory included all of later Idaho, firmly endorsed the need. Wright, now a general and commander of the Department of the Pacific, urged immediate action. On January 14, 1863, the Secretary of War authorized the new post. Alvord recommended a site about 40 miles up the Boise River from its confluence with the Snake River, and Major Pinckney Legenbeil left Fort Vancouver, Washington Territory on June 1st to build the new post. Major Luganbeil arrived in the area on June 28th and camped on Government Island in the Boise River. On the 4th of July, he formally located the site for Fort Boise. While members of his command constructed the fort, other interested parties were busy laying out the new townsite of Boise, now in Idaho Territory. Aside from early settlers' 1863 log cabins preserved as the relics, the oldest buildings in Boise are those constructed for the fort. A sandstone quartermaster's building erected in 1864 is still in use by the VA hospital as an office building. On April 5, 1879, the fort was redesignated as Boise Barracks. Military units continued to serve and protect the citizens of Boise and southwestern Idaho until the fort was formally abandoned in 1913. Soldiers returned briefly in 1916 to prepare for the Mexican border campaign and again between 1942 and 1944. From 1920 to the present, a veterans hospital has occupied the main part of the grounds and it continues to utilize the buildings. Bonneville Point. From the high ridge above the Boise River, 5 miles southeast of here, westward bound travelers got their first view of the Boise Valley. In 1811, Wilson Price Hunt and the Overland Historians Party were the first white sojourners to enjoy the scene. In 1833, Captain Benjamin L.E. Bonneville, a United States Army officer on leave to explore and trap for furs, extolled the Boise Valley and surrounding as the most enchanting he had seen in the far west, presenting the mingled grandeur and beauty of mountain and plain, of bright running streams and vast grassy meadows waving to the breeze. That promontory is now known as Bonneville Point. The view of the Boise Valley gave immigrants hope for better traveling conditions ahead after having spent many days traversing the dusty, barren Snake River Plain. Kelton Road. After the Transcontinental Railroad was completed on May 10, 1869, new stage and freight routes were established to connect southwestern Idaho with newly established railheads. Kelton, Utah soon became the main shipping point for Boise when John Haley established a stage line between the 2 points. He connected Boise with Kelton along a route that had been opened from Salt Lake City to Boise in 1863 by freighters and which largely followed the Oregon Trail in southern Idaho. Haley maintained 19 stage stations on the 232-mile route and operated on a 42-hour schedule. Many freighters soon followed Haley's lead, and the route received heavy traffic until the completion of the Oregon Short Line Railway across southern Idaho in 1884. Increased use of the Kelton route created the need for better roads and grades to accommodate heavy freight wagons and stagecoaches. The Kelton Road, 1/2 mile west of here, is an excellent example of 19th century road construction. The stacked rock used for the road base is a testament to ingenuity and hard work of early day road builders. Prior to the Kelton Road, wagons navigated steep natural breaks in the cliff to get down to the Boise River. One on the rim 300 yards east of here was a first point to get water. P.V. Crawford may have written about the Boise Valley from a location very near to where you are standing. The land itself is much the same as it was in 1851. Table Rock, mounting up from the valley floor, the Boise River, described by one Oregon traveler as a stream which is clear and fine as a mountain torrent, which is of the finest kind, and 3 plateaus south of the river. Only steps away are original ruts of the Oregon Trail, fanning out across the plain. The Kelton Ramp, 3/4 of a mile from here, is whittled from solid rock, a marvel of Civil War era engineering. Though much has changed in the area, it still is a home to wildlife, especially birds of prey and migrating birds. It is still a trail of discovery. Actual ruts, I believe. It's kind of been taken over by some vegetation. But they go back there. This whole area is the Oregon Trail. So it's kind of in between this fence and that fence over there. This whole area in between is the Oregon Trail. Same sign we saw earlier. So this is just east where I was before. See, the Oregon Trail just came through here. Then we have a cliff on this side. trails all over here. This is a heavily traveled area. People are jogging and walking around. But yeah, we're at the edge of the cliff again. You can see the ruts. They don't want you to walk on them. I just found out. So I'm gonna try to avoid doing that. But you can see the ruts are pretty prominent. The grass and the weeds have taken over the years. But yeah, this is the historic Oregon Trail. So it's right along the cliff, which is over there, which overlooks a really nice neighborhood. So there's a view from above the Oregon Trail. And then if you go back this way, you can see downtown Boise in the distance there. So we're just southeast of downtown Boise. And the Oregon Trail is just in between here is the Oregon Trail. Yep.